Hey guys, ClintDarden.com, and of course the House of Biceps. All right guys, I'm at the House of Biceps doing something a little bit different today. My buddies over at the X-Treme Stores here in town, here in Cyprus, they are amazing salesmen. I always walk in the door and I'm hungry or thinking about food, thinking about getting jacked and strong. And they always seem to have some kind of answer. Their answer is normally, for me, some kind of calories. And we do deal with a lot of issues when it comes to me, my stomach issues, allergies, things like that. It's big and beyond. And they're always searching to find the best answers for me. And these guys have done so year after year after year. They're great friends of mine. I go in all the time. The biggest purchases that I make is just like food. I get these little bars. They market themselves as energy bars. But basically they're carbohydrate and fat bars, and I eat them anytime that I'm hungry, I want something sweet. I take 3 to bed with me every night. Took 4 to bed last night, and I ate almost 2,000 calories while I was asleep. Clean carbs, solid fats, great stuff. But I was in there the other day, and they said, hey Clint, why don't you try one of these? These have a little bit of extra protein in it, and it's actually really nice. Now, do you know how many times somebody has sold me any kind of bar that had protein in it and they told me, this tastes nice, man. And I got home and took a bite of it. It tastes like a brick. I mean, like a brick full of just the worst tasting stuff you can ever possibly imagine. You remember the old Metrex bars? You couldn't break those things with a hammer. You couldn't saw those things in half. So that's kind of what I was expecting. But they sent me home. I got the little bars and I began eating them. They were absolutely fantabulous. So I went by and saw them again yesterday, and they said, Clint, since you're going to go ahead and buy several more, why don't you get some and taste them and tell us which of the 4 you like the best? And I agreed to it without fully understanding that I was buying 4 protein bars and I was going to have to eat 4 protein bars all at once, along with the money that would cost me all at once. But anyway, I wasn't paying attention. They sent me out the door with this little bag. I actually bought several of each, bought these. Wasn't given them. I actually bought each and every one of these. I got 4 of each kind yesterday while I was at the store. Coconut Choco, and the company is Bear Bells. I'll get some good photos and some B-roll footage up of this. Bear Bells. My buddy told me he thought this was his favorite out of all the 4. Cookies and cream. This one's pretty solid as well. Caramel and cashew. I liked this one quite a bit. And salty peanut. Man, my buddy Neofitos told me that this was his favorite out of all of them. And they kept asking me which one I liked the best, and I really couldn't. It seemed like every time I tasted one, the next one would be, it's really good too. It's really good as well, and I would eat the next one, and that's really good as well. This says 20 grams of protein and no added sugar. And I don't have my glasses on. It's written in Greek. Calories 199. Fat 7.9. Carbohydrates 14. Protein 20. That's me reading Greek here on the label without my glasses. That's the best I can tell. So they're all pretty much the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a bite of each one of them and give them a score. See how that turns out. Fighter jet's landing right out there. All right, cookies and cream. Let's try this. Chewy on the inside. Similar texture to a Snickers. Maybe Maltesers. This isn't straight up candy bar, but it's close. I would not eat 3 in a row, but I'd definitely eat 1 or 2. If I was hungry, I'd eat 4 or 5. Knowing that I'm going to score 3 others, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7. 7 mostly as a baseline. I'm going to try another bite. Caramel and cashew. Looks similar crunchy nuts on the outside, assuming that's the cashew. Still not as sweet as a full-on candy bar, obviously. If we're still only looking at 14 grams of carbs, 20 grams of protein, it's not going to be that sweet. But a little nutty texture on the outside, and it's much more chewy on the inside. I guess that's the caramel. Man. So I'm going to give this an 8. All right, salty peanut. I've had this one, and I remember it was nice. Nice. This might have been my favorite, although I like, I'm a really big texture guy, and I really like the texture of the caramel and cashew. Once again, it's nuts on the outside. I don't know if you like nuts, but I always like things with a little bit of nuts. I love texture. I like that on the outside. So, salty peanut. Smells like a Snickers. Salty peanut smells and tastes just the way it should. Still not sweet like a candy bar. Not like a full-on candy bar, but this is, it's like eating a bag of salty peanuts. This would go absolutely wonderful with a beer right here. It's pretty solid. 7.5, because I like the caramel and cashews better. But I think I would choose this over the cookies and cream. But I still like the freaking cookies and cream. 7.5. Last but hopefully not least, the coconut Choco. My buddy Yorgos Asi, as everyone may know him, told me this was his favorite. A lot of people on the Instagram said this was the bomb. A little neat fact that you don't need to know. I've lived all my life, had very bad issues with coconuts. My mother, the only time in her life that coconut made her sick was when she was pregnant with me. I'm almost 41 years old. Once I began chemotherapy a few years ago, my immune system is completely flipped, and I had one of these last night, didn't get sick. Right away I can smell the coconut. So if you like coconut at all, you're gonna love the smell of opening this. I'm trying to think, what is the, what's the candy bar that smells like coconut when you open it? I haven't had one, but I know my wife, when she opens one, it's got a blue and white wrapper. My son loves them too. You can see right away, it's got coconut, appears to be actual coconut on the top, coconut shavings. I don't know if they're real. I don't even really care if they're real, but they look real and they smell real. The whole thing is soft. I don't really enjoy the texture of a coconut, but that's just me. It's actually a really, really good bar. And if you like coconut, that sets this one over the edge. If you like something different than just the regular, average protein bar or calorie bar or whatever, this is definitely different. Definitely way above average. And if you like coconut even a hint, man, this is amazing. Soft throughout, coconut on the outside. The smell is killer. Coconut Choco. I'm gonna give this an 8 as well. Oh man, I'm doing terrible for these guys. They're gonna hate me. We're gonna have a two-way tie. No, I'm giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 9. If I'm going all the way to the store and I'm gonna pay €3 for a bar, I'm gonna get something special. And this is what I'm gonna get. My second choice would have to be the caramel and cashews. But right off the bat, if I'm going to get one thing and one thing only, it's gonna be special. And it's gonna have the coconut on it. Giving it a 9. 9. I didn't think this out well enough, did I? All right, guys, clearly this is scientifically tested. Scientifically tested. Number 1, coconut chocolate. Number 2, caramel cashews. Number 3, salty peanut. Number 4, cookies and cream. But to be honest, if you get to the store and they're out of all of them except for one, you can't go wrong. They're absolutely Wonderful. Anyway, guys, hope this helps you guys. Enjoy it. Pick these up. Comment down below and tell me if you've had these as well. If I get to the store next week and they're out, I'm coming for you. I'll get their address from the store and I'm coming for you. Don't buy these. Do not buy these. Don't buy these. They're not good. Don't buy them at all. I want these. Keep them all for me. Absolutely every single one of them for me. All of them. All of them. Don't touch them. They're mine!